on the front. Imagine it's like a corset. The barrier right there at you, and you're just leaning over.
Yeah, just
and they're just pushing harder and harder. Your feet are still on the ground, and your torso is just going forward.
You look like Ace Ventura. Your eyes are like, woo.
Exactly.
Hey, blast off, I can talk my ass off. Hey, Smokey, what you seen, and I'll tell you what I saw. Hollywood, what you think, and I'll tell you what I thought. And we can talk about it all when we here on Trash Talk. What's going on, everybody? We're back with another episode of the Trash Talkers podcast.
We made it.
We made it.
Yeah, we did.
What's going on with you, brother? What's new?
Not a damn thing, man. I was trying to think of, because I knew you asked me that question at the beginning of every show, and I'm like, what did I do this week? I don't think I did anything. Just normal routine stuff. Then I was like, did I watch anything good? Nah, I watched a bunch of garbage this week. Nah, nothing really that. Oh, I did go back and watch the, like a recap of the ECW invasion of the WWE.
I remember those days.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, sometimes not doing nothing is great.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
love it. I remember we had did there was one reaction we did, and I had pulled a card from the Would You Rather icebreakers thing, and I said, if you can make one day a special holiday, and mine was don't do ish day.
Don't do nothing.
Just don't do nothing. Just sit down and don't do nothing. I'm sometimes it's okay to do that.
I think that should be mandatory.
I agree. I think that's what Labor Day is actually meant for.
It is, actually, but we fill it with things to do. Yeah.
Barbecue, man, just go sit down.
Exactly.
What did I do? So I watched the fights. Y'all know I watch the fights every Saturday on UFC. I watched those. My mom, it was Mother's Day, so happy belated Mother's Day to all our mothers out there. I called and, said happy Mother's Day to my mom. Y'all are probably wondering, why'd you call? My mom was in Mexico, so I couldn't go see her, but she's coming back, and I'm going to probably take her out to dinner or something. So I'll probably update y'all on that on the next podcast we do. But that's about what I did do.
Yeah. Sometimes it's good not to have too much to do.
Yeah. I mean, especially with us, man, we record and put out videos every day.
Exactly.
Like sometimes we just need to chill.
Life of labor.
That's it, man. Today, Smoke Dog, Trash Talkers, we have an interesting topic.
Yeah.
3 things that absolutely annoy us at concerts or music festivals.
Absolutely, yeah. There's probably a lot more than 3 that we could have pulled up.
I'm sure.
Yeah, and everybody, of course, give your annoyances also in the comment section.
But before we do that, we need to read the top 3 comments from the last podcast. Again, guys, we read the top 3 comments from the last podcast. And also, later on in the video, we do it's not what the, but it's what the
Florida.
And what that is we take your birthday, just the day and the month, leave it down in the comment section, just your day and your month, and we will read the craziest stories that happen in Florida. But that's later on in the podcast. But first, let's read the top 3 comments from the last podcast.
Let's do that.
And the title of last podcast was actually, Does Racism Exist in Rock and Metal? The number 3 most liked comment comes from Dr. Pepper Overdose. Shout out to you, Dr. Pepper Overdose. Very rare. He says, Dr. Pepper Overdose says, it's very rare to have any racism in the metal scene, maybe the rock scene, but metal artists usually are some of the most wholesome people ever.
Yeah, I believe that.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, from what I've seen of the metal community, I absolutely believe that.
1,000%. The number 2 most liked comment from that podcast comes from ALXMIR23. Says Lemmy Killmeister from Motorhead, reading a letter from a black kid who plays guitar for metal and was told by other black people he was a disgrace to his color. Quote unquote, tell them to shove it, boy. Jimi Hendrix did all right. Remember. Oh, good.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that was that clip that I brought up. There was actually 2 of them where he addressed the topic, but yeah, that was probably his most famous one where he addressed that kid. It was a letter from a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who cares what your color is, man?
Exactly.
Do it if you like to do it.
Music don't have a color.
I hate when people say, "Oh, that's white people music. That's black people music."
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
Exactly.
Just music.
Yeah.
The number 1 most liked comment from Does Racism Exist in Rock and Metal from the previous podcast comes from J4778. Shout out to you, J4778. Says, does it really matter though? Remember, when Dr. Dre said something along the lines of, I don't know how racist my own people are until I signed Eminem.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact.
Yeah, and it shouldn't matter. That's the whole point. That was the whole point of the podcast, is that, like I said, the music shouldn't have a color. Right. There shouldn't be a barrier of who can enjoy a certain genre.
I agree. I mean, and Dr. Dre, dude, the hip hop community was in an uproar when they were like, he can't be the best rapper, lyricist in hip hop. He's white.
Yeah.
Who cares? The dude can spit.
Yeah.
He's a lyrical monster.
Yeah.
And no one, I'm sure people did look at Jimi Hendrix as like, oh, well, he's black. He can't be one of the best guitarists.
Taking over our genre, But no, he was one of the best guitarists to ever live. Like, some of the greatest guitarists who ever lived
were black.
Yeah. Or even mixed. Slash.
Robert Johnson, Slash, Jimi Hendrix. I mean,
B.B. King.
B.B. King. I mean, hell. Jimi Hendrix said, F my color. Hold my LSD lace bandana. I'll show you what color is to you.
Absolutely.
I don't know. But the topic today, Smoke Dog. Mm-hmm. We've all been to festivals. We've all been to concerts. We've all been to shows. But today, me and Smokey have come up with a list of 3 things that bother us or annoy us when we go to these festivals.
Yes, absolutely. We've all been to the concert and found that one person that comes by and you're like, oh my God, that's the person I don't like.
Is that one on there? You want to start it off?
I can start it off.
Start it off.
Because I have several of those people on here for different reasons.
What's your first one?
The first one, and you know what? I almost feel like I need to know yours because I wrote down extra so that we would not have the same ones. So I'll you do one first. Yeah.
Okay, all right. My first one is, when you go to and this. All right, I just went to a metal show. It was Upon a Burning Body. Shout out to them, great band. I went to go see them, but one thing that annoys me, and it happened 2 times at this show that I went to, but it's drunk people who try to fight over anything.
Okay. I'm going to take that one off my list.
Who try to fight over anything. Because, listen, and it's so crazy because I'm drunk. Half of the people there are drunk. And we just, I'm not a mean drunk. I'm a social drunk. I want to, what's up, man? What's going on? But this one dude, and actually, the dude actually commented on our remember?
Yeah.
He commented on on one of our videos. But shout out to you. You know who you are. Yeah. But, I'm drunk and I'm with my homeboy, and my homeboy, he's going to ride with me no matter what. If Buddy swings, he's going to swing too. But he comes up to me. He's got this big old thing of it wasn't even a cup. It was like a bucket of beer. And I got on new shoes. I'm looking fresh. I'm walking out, and he walks into me, and he just like hits me like that, and the beer just, I'm like, hey man, watch where you going. Well, you stepped in my way. And I'm like, bruh, look at me. I am covered in beer. Just watch where you're going. What do you mean watch where you're going? You should have been watching where you're going. He was like, wait, you look familiar. I'm like, man, I am covered. He's like, wait, aren't you from that YouTube channel? You're Hollywood, right? I'm like, yeah. The next thing I know, I'm drunk too. I'm like, what's up, man? We all good. We hug. He's like, oh man, my bad, bro. Cause like, can I buy you a drink, man? And I was like, nah, just. And when you're drunk, you do crazy. And I was like, nah, just let me hit your bucket one time. So I grab his bucket, take a cheer of his bucket. But there are some drunk people out there that take it to the extreme.
Yeah, absolutely. They always come with a group, right? Rarely does a person just show up at a concert by themselves. I know it does happen, but usually that drunk person who is a violent drunk comes with a group, and that group allows that person to get inebriated into that state, knowing at some point in time they are going to accost someone.
And this dude was actually with his wife. His wife was like, hey, sweetie, calm down.
I mean, it's not necessarily about him, because I don't really know the dude, but obviously he wasn't that violent if he worked it out.
If he didn't know me from
what we to fight,
I think he would have swung, dude.
Yeah, and there's always that guy. And like I said, the friends should be blamed also, because y'all know what's going to happen. Why do you let him get to that? And in my group, if I'm with a group of people, I would be like, nah, he can't go. Yeah, all he's going to do is get us in jail. Like,
God dang.
He's not allowed to go with us anymore.
And it's like, see, me, again, like I said, I'm not a mean drunk. But if obviously you're drunk, I'm drunk, and you spill on, like, you're obviously in the wrong here. Maybe, and I'm like, one thing, I'm very polite. I've noticed that metal shows, they're very polite. If you fall down, they pick you up. If you drop your phone, everyone turns their lights on to find your phone. They're very polite. And when this happened to me, it's like now, because of his drinking, my drinking, and my friend who doesn't drink, now I'm putting my friend in jeopardy. Because, I'm like, hey, bro, man, what's up, dog? I don't want to fight, but if you swing, I know you don't know this guy's over here. So he's potentially putting himself in danger because he's probably going to knock you out if you try to swing at me first. So it's like, it's just a no good. You know what I mean? It's like, if you're an angry drunk, just don't
drink.
Don't drink. And if you do, have one or two. Just set a limit. But don't.
They can't. Like that person is the one that can't stop. They know they're going to get like that. A lot of times they're people who are perfectly fine in normal life, who everybody loves when they're not drunk, I was listening to a story just recently. I can't remember exactly what it was about, but I think it ended up in a domestic situation. And the wife was like, no, when he's...
Huh? It sounds like a What the Florida story.
Yeah. But the wife was like, no, when he's not drunk, he's perfectly fine. He's courteous and friendly with everyone, but as soon as he gets drunk, he wants to kill everybody. And I'm like, well, that's the person that either doesn't need to drink or you need to cut him off from your life.
Yeah. I get there's different types of drunks, but with me, I want to hug everybody and talk. What's up, bro? Hell yeah, man, let's go, dude. But then there's people who just flip, man.
Yeah.
What's yours? What you got? Since you had to erase that one off your list.
Yeah. I hope you don't got this one. The one stinky guy that has to go every show. If you're in that pit, that standing room out by the stage, there's always at some point in the night that one guy who's gonna walk by. And it is straight B.O. in his vicinity. It's like Pigpen walks by. There's like this cloud of stink that follows him. it's like, bro, you're going to be in this hot, sticky place. It's going to be humid from the sweat pouring off of people.
Take a bath.
Yes. Just shower before you come here. And if you have some sort of medical situation where your B.O. builds up that quickly, wear deodorant.
Or religious. There's some religions.
Yeah, some people for religious reasons. But stay to the side. Like, you are ruining everybody else's good night because soon as you walk by, they're like, oh my God. Like, you can't enjoy the show because you're like, this guy stinks so bad.
And I have witnessed that before. It's like, dude. And
there's always one at every show.
And they're usually the ones that are doing this,
too.
It's like, Lord.
The armpit, like, you can see the green stank come off of them every time they sweat.
Like, please, just put on some and you know what's
And then
crazy?
they want to rub up against you with their armpit, trying to make their way through the crowd, and you're like, oh,
stop!
God!
Look, here's what's crazy though. If you went to that person and said, "Hey, bro, will you put some deodorant on?" They're gonna get offended that you told them. What do you mean I need to put some deodorant?
Me, I don't stink. Like, yeah, you do.
You stink, bro.
Everybody you pass by agrees that you stink.
Hey. Raise your hand if this dude stank. Even the guitarist on stage.
Raising it from up here.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, there's definitely that. Yeah. I just feel like there's always there's that guy. There's gonna be that drunk guy, that stinky guy at every show.
That's my whole list. There's always that one guy at every show. Okay. Yeah.
All right. My next one is when people won't let you through to get closer to the stage or the band.
Oh yeah.
So like I get it if it's a crowd place.
Like road ragers, but in walking.
Right, like I wanted to get close to the stage, and I'm like, and all right, so like you there's these two people standing there, and they're just like here, and I'm like, and I'm always courteous. Hey, excuse me. But I get to one guy, I'm like, hey, excuse me, do you mind if?
Yeah.
I just want to.
This is my spot.
Well, can I go this way? I'm like, just.
This is my spot.
I get it if you're rocking and jamming. I don't want to bother you, but if you're just.
Yeah.
Well, hey, do you mind if I just get in there and jam?
Like, I promise I'm not going to move you from your spot. I just want to be up there.
Just want to get a little closer.
See that little gap up there? That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stand here and take your spot.
And my thing is, it's usually a person that's not. They're just.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, dude, we're here to jam. Like,
I mean, that's another person that could be on the list. Well, I guess it is on the list because of what you're saying. That person who goes there and just is waiting to be offended by something.
I'm like, my thing is just like, dude, just let me through. I just want to get to I get it. You know, one thing I did learn from going to metal shows, don't wear nice shoes.
Oh, of course.
Don't wear nice shoes.
Oh, man. I mean, at hip-hop shows, everybody's wearing nice shoes.
Well, that's why most fights start, because you scuff that shoe.
Exactly.
Hey, man, what? I bet you won't hit him. Telling you, man.
Yeah, they're going to get scuffed, but everybody wears them at hip-hop shows.
Yeah.
So.
But at the
metal, yeah, don't wear it.
Nah,
Don't
I've learned to just wear. I got like a pair of black K-Swiss or a pair of black Reeboks that I wear, and it's like I'm not gonna wear them out in public, and I know they're gonna get dirty. I know they're gonna get stepped on. Beer's gonna fall on them. So it's like, but if I want to just get a little closer to the crowd, I'm asking nicely. Excuse me, do you mind? Like, excuse me, pardon me. Do you mind if I get in front? Excuse me, thank you. Like, but then they just nope.
Yeah.
Like, bro,
those are the same people that are in traffic and if somebody's trying to merge lanes and they're speeding up like, no, my spot. Those are the same people.
bro, we're going. I don't get it.
Like, I have to merge. My lane is running out.
You have to let me over,
Yeah.
dude. I saw a meme or Instagram short where it was like, learn how to merge. Like the dude was
Exactly.
letting her merge, but it was like I'm trying to
both
let you
move forward
merge.
and slow down at the
Like,
same speed.
I'm slowing down and you're slowing down. I see your lane is ending. Just go.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Dude, it happens all the time.
What's your next one?
Which one do I want to go with? Playing off of that, I could go with the front row crushers.
Ooh,
The people, because there's always people that want to be on the front row. You know, they get there early. They stand there an hour and a half before the show starts because they need to be in the front row. And I don't blame them if that's what you're into. You need to feel like you can reach out and touch the artist. That's cool. Soon as the music comes on, there's those people, you know, from the next 15 rows that are just crushing these people.
I mean, you're like,
Yeah. I feel so bad for the people. Like, you got here an hour and a half early. You wanted to be in that front row. You got it. But now all these people are about to kill you.
you're about to get your solar plex probably is about to get crushed.
Absolutely.
What if they want
Snap
that, though?
sternum.
What if they want that though? What if they like, you know,
You think they
I
enjoy
want to
it?
feel the dude. Come on, we have
There may
seen
be some people that enjoy it. Yeah.
from what we just watched 20 minutes ago. There's some people who enjoy some weird
Yeah.
things, dude.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I don't know, dude. Maybe there are some people. I get what you're saying. Like, you bringing that up, were just the first thing that pops in my head is seeing that Metallica show in Moscow. It's like, I could not be on the front row. I mean, 1.6 million,
Oh, I know.
and you're at the
Hopefully there's not a crush going on when there's that many people.
Godly.
Some
dude.
people are dead if that's the case.
Man. I mean,
You're on the front row. Imagine, it's like a corset. With the barrier right there at you, and you're just leaning over.
Yeah, just
and they're just
squeeze.
pushing harder and harder. Your feet are still on the ground, and your torso is just going forward.
you look like Ace Ventura. Your eyes are like, woo. All right, my final one on the list right here is, okay, this is, again, I enjoy my drinks, you know, when I'm at the show.
Yeah.
But when I'm at a show, one thing that annoys me at a music or a concert or a music festival is that the drinks are way too expensive.
Oh, yeah.
And I get it. I get it. I understand.
Because people are going to buy it.
The people are gonna buy it. The venue needs to make their money. They need to get their revenue. You know, it also helps the band, and ultimately, like, shout out to the people who don't drink at concerts. But you know, Smokey's one of them. But when you go, I mean, it's like when we went to go see Tool. The second those lights came down, smoke went up.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't necessarily need to have alcohol or marijuana or whatever substance you have at a show to make it feel better, but most people want to have a drink if they're going to see, you know, let loose, you know, cut up a little bit. But, and everybody knows the hack. You drink before you get to the show. You know, you remember when we
Stumble into the parking lot.
remember we went to Tool and I drank like a half a pint of vodka before getting there. And then I will never forget when we got there, and this was Tool. I'll tell about the Upon a Burning Body, but at Tool, so I had drank a pint of vodka. So I'm good, you know, I'm feeling great. All right, I probably won't need another shot for another few hours. Then I'm getting hungry. So I'm like, all right, I need to put some on my stomach. I think I got a hot dog and 2 extra shots. That shit was $60.
Yeah.
The shots are there. I could have bought 3 pints. I could have bought
You could've
3
bought some
fifths.
handles.
Yeah, I could have bought. That's what I'm saying. The drinks, like, it annoys me, but I understand it. And at Upon a Burning Body, you know, I try to even it out. You know, I'll start out with a few shots. First of all, a shot, I get it. A shot should not be $6. $6 will literally buy me this from the liquor store. But then once you go to beer, you get a cup of beer that's $7.
Yeah.
It's like the liquor is stronger than the
even the drink, like soda.
Anything,
a 16-ounce
food.
can or 12-ounce can, whatever comes in a can. If you buy that at the store, it was like 75 cents, $1 maybe these days. But that's about how much they pour into one of those cups that they're selling for $6.
And you better not. If you ask with ice, you literally getting this much soda
Yeah,
for
exactly.
$7.28.
Yeah, because they slam it full of ice.
There you go.
So
Like,
one of those cans will equal 2 or 3 of
those drinks.
cups. Yeah.
That's one of my. Those are my top 3 things that annoy me. It's just the drunk people, that just think that they want to fight somebody. People who won't let you move through the concert, move through the crowd, and drinks and food, etc. But just being overly expensive. Those my 3.
I got 2 honorable mentions before I get to the final one, because the final one is kind of a serious topic that we need to talk about.
Oh,
but
God, here we go.
Before we get to that, the filming folks. The
Okay,
ones who
I
have
get
to
you.
film every single second of the show.
Ain't nobody gonna watch that.
Yes, like I get it. Like if you're taking it home to show your kids, I get it. I understand. But people that think they're being social media influencers by everybody's going to come to my page to see this because I'm not supposed to be filming this.
Meanwhile, 80,000 other
Yes,
people are doing
everybody
the
else is
same
doing
exact
it. You're
thing.
going to get 2 views. Is it really worth it? Enjoy the show.
Enjoy. I'm a
You're
ride with you
focused
on
on it. Is this right?
Nah,
Am I getting
man.
the right time? Yeah.
It's like you're good. Man, I ride with you on that one because these two,
Yeah.
enjoy it. Feel
Yeah.
the music, feel the rhythm, feel the.
Yeah,
like
if you want to take some little clips of yourself, like this is me enjoying
That's
the show.
fine.
Yeah. Yeah, but the people who have to film every single second of the show, when the band has already told you, do not film this.
Yeah.
We want to sell tickets to other cities. They
Yeah.
don't need to see the show before they come to the show.
What's crazy is that remember the dude at the Tool concert when he was the lady was like, "Put your phone on." He was like, "All right."
It's like, okay. he
didn't
She
care.
was like, you can't film here. And he's like, I got you. I got you. Didn't even flinch. Just
Nope.
right on it.
Sir, can you put that down?
Yeah. I got you. Don't worry about it.
I'm like, damn. I'm like, that dude's savage.
Yeah. Like, respect the band's wishes. They
Yes,
want to
man.
sell tickets to other venues. One more is the seat movers, because you're getting there late and you got a good seat, and then there's the people that are like, that seat's open, let me go sit there. And then when you get there, they're like, no, this is our spot. No.
Just
You're like, I have a ticket.
yeah,
This is my spot.
If you have a ticket and it says
Yeah.
your seat, sit at your seat.
Yes. And it's like, hey, the last band's going on and nobody's filling those seats. Who cares? Move down. But
Now-
if the person with the ticket shows up, just move
Give
back
them
to
their
your
seat. Yeah, I was about to say, now, if the last band's on and I see there's 5 empty seats,
Yeah.
and there no one's, all right, you know what, hey, bro, I'm about to go down here.
Yeah.
But if that person happens to show up, you know what, I apologize, I'm going to go
Yeah.
back in my seat.
Don't give them the whole that. Oh no, these are absolutely my
Nah.
seats. I lost the tickets, but these are my seats. I promise it's my seat. Like, no, don't do that. Okay, the final one. This is very serious, right? And this happens a lot in mosh pits and the standing room only area shows,
feel like
general admission shows.
I feel like you're about to tell me we need an intervention or something. What's going on?
Some people may. The gropers.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Creeps.
Yes, because there are absolutely dudes. Well, I ain't gonna say just dudes. It may be other genders that involve in this. I don't
Hey,
know.
I've heard chicks grabbing.
Yeah, maybe so. But there are people that attend these shows
That's so creepy.
just to get a handful of something when people pass by, knowing they're kind of anonymous in the crowd. Like, you can reach through and do it and nobody knows.
What does that do for you?
It fills their creep fantasies.
I don't understand, man.
Or the crowd surfers, they're reaching up and grabbing a hand.
Oh, that's so, like, bruh,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, what if it's her time of the month? They don't care.
No.
That's-
no, it probably turns some people on. Who
You want me?
knows?
Oh God, dude.
Just respect other people
Yes.
because they don't want that.
I have a question for you. What about the people? Remember that Juggalo video we watched, where she was just getting
Yeah.
in front of the whole crowd,
Yeah.
and she was like getting banged by as many, and just
All
don't
right.
call me
Yeah,
that.
We're on YouTube. Yes.
But she was okay with getting, but don't call me that word.
Yeah.
Now hold on. My question is what do you say to someone who's like, okay, well, she's let people. I'm gonna hop in here. Does that person a creep too?
If she says no, I mean,
no, if she's welcoming all comers.
then, yeah, I guess do whatever you want to do there. I wouldn't be a part of it.
Hey, come on.
I mean, if all parties are willing, that's a different story. You know, if someone's saying, yes, let's do this.
Just don't call me that word. You can call me, do whatever you want.
Yeah, that's kind of contradictive. But if all parties are agreeing and that's what they like, I guess there's something to that. But stop forcing your hands into places you know that people don't want them to be.
Yeah, that's just... And what's crazy, man, it's always going to be a thing. You're always going to have creeps.
Yeah, absolutely. The things when people get in giant crowds like that, things that people do because they think there's no way they can catch me and all these people.
There's 17 people. There's no way you're going to... What do you mean I just grabbed your...
But eventually, you're going to run across that big Samoan dude who's right there in the pit and sees it happen, and you're going to be laid out.
So I was watching the Flagrant podcast with Andrew Schultz. Mm-hmm. You know, Max Holloway and Justin Gaethje just fought for the BMF title, and the last second Max Holloway won. Andrew Schultz said they had Max Holloway on there, and he was like, "What is it with you Hawaiians and Samoans? Y'all are the friendliest, nicest people, but y'all will rip someone's face off." Yeah. He was like, and Max Holloway was like, "Man, that's just how we are, brother." He's like, the takas, and he's like, "It's not just us; it's the women." He was like, he said,
the women.
He said, dude, he said he went to I can't remember what concert, but he said he went to a concert and a dude tried to do that, and the dude was not from Hawaii, and the women were like, they knew who did it, and you got all these big Samoans, they beat the dog crap out of this dude. Yeah. I mean, he's like, Andrew's like, y'all are the nicest people on earth, but y'all kill. I mean,
but they are killers.
Yes,
also.
Yes. Max Holloway is a savage, nicest guy ever, but will knock your head off.
It's a crazy conundrum with Samoans. I mean, I guess it's all Polynesian people.
Hawaiian.
They're nice people. They're really friendly. They even foreigners, they're friendly. But at any moment, if you do something wrong, they could tear you apart.
And I mean, in Max Holloway's, he doesn't look like the biggest guy. Hey, brother. Hey, how you doing, brother?
Even the small guys are savages.
Dude, he's the BMF now. Yeah. He's literally the baddest mother. And he's this, hey, brother, how you doing? Yeah. BJ Penn was one of the nicest guys ever. You flip it, that switch.
I mean, they're almost taking over NFL football.
NFL, MMA, wrestling.
Yeah. Oh, it's been wrestling for years, yeah.
So if you happen to be a creep at a concert, just make sure
make sure there's no
Samoans or any Polynesian, Hawaiian. Just make sure
Tongans,
leave. Just make sure.
Even stay away from the New Zealanders. They're bad.
Yeah, that's part of that. They're still in that crowd too.
They will whip your ass.
100%. Let's do some What the Florida Smoke, dog.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so let's see what we got here, man. Trash Talker's curious as to what your top 3 annoyances are at festivals
annoyances at concerts and festivals.
Yes. All right, you ready for your first WTF?
Yep.
Smokey, what the Florida? Shout out to Deborah Heroyo 3047. Shout out to you, Deborah. What the Florida? 0830. What is that? August 30th? Is that August?
August, yes.
Yes, August 30th. What the Florida? August 30th. Shout out, Deborah. Again, guys, leave your birthday just a day in the month, and we'll read the craziest story. Guarantee you it has an alligator in it.
Ooh, this one might be interesting. Let's see. Florida. No, it doesn't. Florida man braves flood water on inflatable duck.
Florida man braves water on inflatable duck.
Yes. As Hurricane Idalia made landfall in Florida, most people in the storm's path were following the advice of officials to hunker down. But 2 men in Tampa ignored all warnings.
No, got on their inflatable. Heck yeah, let's do it.
The pair found a new way through the morning rush hour traffic on Bayshore Boulevard, paddling through the flooded roadway on a giant inflatable duck.
That's awesome, dude. I'm on the way to work. He's holding on. That's awesome.
Now, there is a different story for the same day that says Florida man arrested for giving girlfriend a wet willy.
Hey. Deborah, that was your What the Florida.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for your next one, Smoke
Yeah.
Dog? Oh, wow. This shout out Robert Brown, who was actually born in Honolulu. Shout out to her.
Sweet.
We were just talking about Hawaii.
Don't mess with that man.
Don't mess with Robert. Robert Brown, 5876, September 26th.
All right.
What the Florida, September 26th. Shout out to you, Robert Brown. I think you're a Patreon member, too. So thank you for your love and support on Patreon.
All right, let's see what this one says. Florida man arrested, caught on video using samurai sword to fight over wheelbarrow. We might have actually covered this one.
I
in
don't
the
think
past.
I've ever heard this one.
Yeah, you want to hear it again?
Yeah, let me hear this one.
A Florida man was arrested Monday in a months-old attack, during which he was allegedly using a samurai sword to threaten and assault a jogger as they fought over a wheelbarrow. No, we haven't covered this because the one we covered where they were fighting, he was fighting with his son over like a dog or a hamster or something.
I'm saying but I should be saying what the Florida. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
The guy was taken into custody on attempted murder charges stemming from an altercation, according to online records at the Broward County Sheriff's Office. Video released by officials shows the guy seemingly attacking a man named Todd. Well, I'm going to leave his name out.
Like
with a sword in a residential Oakland Park neighborhood while trying to pull a cart away from him.
What, you said a wheelbarrow? Or
Yeah, it said a cart there, but it said a wheelbarrow earlier.
No, what was the title? The title is
Over a wheelbarrow. Yeah.
What the fuck? And what the Florida?
Yeah. When he pulled out the sword, I thought, this is quotations, when he pulled out the sword, I thought, what am I doing? I thought, is he really going to do this? I couldn't believe that he was really going to kill me for a cart.
Look, bro, you can have it, dog.
Exactly.
It's $3.99. It's plastic.
Yeah.
I just got it from Walmart, dude. You
So
can
in
have it.
summation, a Florida man tried to kill another Florida man with a katana.
Over
or
a wheelbarrow.
samurai sword, yeah.
All right. That was yours, Robert Brown. What the Florida? Let's do one more, Smoked Out. What the Florida? For Mike Wynn, 4855. Shout out to you, Mike Wynn, 4855. October 12th.
All right. OCT.
Shout out to the Libras out there.
October 12th.
What the Florida? October 12th.
Oh, have we done this one before? I don't think so. It involves a naked man.
Of course. It's Florida. Wouldn't expect anything different.
Deputies cleared for shooting naked man arrested with crossbow who claimed aliens were after him.
Oh, no.
Dang, it didn't mention that.
What
in the
is
original
going
thing.
on in Florida?
Oh, I've got an answer. I watched a documentary about Florida man.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Santa Rosa County's Sheriff's Office deputy has been cleared of any wrongdoing after he shot and wounded a naked man who aimed a crossbow at him and other deputies as they attempted to arrest the man for barricading himself inside a house. The Sheriff's Office received a 911 call October 20th for a man who said his son was under the influence of narcotics and had threatened to shoot him at his home, according to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement.
I want to get to the alien part.
Yeah. Father arranged to meet deputies. Let's see. Because this is the follow-up story, so it's got all the legal stuff in here.
Don't say anything about the aliens at all?
I'm trying to find... threatened to shoot him with a crossbow. I'd probably have to go back and find the originals.
He was on that good.
He said he also believed that people or aliens may be coming to take a meteorite he had previously found. Okay, I think I got the gist of the story.
Okay.
So the son had a meteorite that he found.
Which was probably petrified wood.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
So he believed the aliens were going to come get it, right?
Okay.
So this led to an altercation where he pulls a crossbow out.
Let's not forget he was highly intoxicated.
Yes, highly intoxicated on narcotics. Police show up. Mm-hmm. He points the crossbow at the police.
Yep.
They shoot him.
Drugs are bad, okay?
Yes, absolutely.
Dude, in Florida, they got crocodile. You know, they got all.
I think crocodiles in Russia.
Or what's
they
Flocka?
Flocka.
Yeah. That Flocka, man. I'm telling, man. Listen, Mike Wynn, that was your What the Florida. Mm-hmm. Tell me about this documentary. Is there some theory behind it?
It was actually a piece that Stuff They Didn't Want You to Know did. So they're saying there is a higher than normal crime rate in Florida, but Florida has this law where they can actually release to the press all of their articles of arrest.
You know, I learned that from 1090 Jake actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are flooding the market, right? And they're saying there's not necessarily that many more strange things that go on in Florida. There is, to a certain extent, because it's such a melting pot of so many different people and tourist towns and all that. So there is a little higher of crazy events that go on in Florida, but all their newest articles get leaked out because of that law, so it makes worldwide news. And they found that there is such an interest in the Florida Man news that all these papers around the country and around the world started picking them up.
And I know the name of the law, and it's not because I remember.
Yeah, I can't remember the exact name of it again.
It's like a name, like a like a girl's name or a child's name or.
Yeah, I mean I could probably look it up.
What was the name of it? It was something. I mean you don't have to if you don't. I mean, how do you even Google that?
I'm trying to Florida law to release news. Let's see if that comes up. No, there's a social media law.
No, we'll have to look into that.
Yeah, we can mention it on the next episode.
Yeah,
we'll find out.
Or Trash Talkers, y'all let us know in the comment section if y'all know the name of that law that releases. I know. Once we see it in the comments, I'm gonna know it because I know exactly what it is.
They can release names and the events that happened before any court cases happen and all that.
Yeah, and again, support and love to all the YouTubers out there. 1090 Jake, I want to give you the support because you taught me something. If you guys don't know 1090 Jake, he breaks down a lot of things.
Oh yeah, so
great YouTuber. Shout out to you, 1090 Jake. But Smoke Dog, listen, man. To the trash talkers out there who have these crazy stories, crazy stories in Florida on your birthday, we gotta just say thank y'all for leaving your birthdays because we're not trying. It's so entertaining just to see that we could literally pick any day out of the month. And we find something. So, guys, please don't forget. Just leave your birthday, just the month and the date down in the comment section, and we will read the craziest stories that happened in Florida on your birthday. And again, it's not what the... It's what the...
Florida.
100%. Guys, let us know what are 3 things that absolutely annoy you at concerts or music festivals down in the comment section. And Smoke Dog, you got anything else you want to...
That's it for this week.
You sure you don't want to talk about anything else?
Why, you got an idea?
Figured you might have something.
No, I'll tell you about that duck that I kept in my backyard for a month. I'll tell you about that later, though.
We'll talk about that on the next episode. Guys, thank y'all for tuning in with us on This Week on the Trash Talkers podcast. And with that being said, my name is Barry Hollywood 6. Bye.
I am Larry Smokey Ramirez Cohen.
And we are
over
and
out.
Deuces.
Yeah, boy.